pencils away. You came up with a huge number of very different, very diverse words. But I'm curious about where you get your ideas from. Where do you get your information? Where do you get your thoughts? Where do you get your images from? Samira?
I get them mostly from TV and the news.
Like, when you say TV, what do you mean?
Well, mostly the news, really, because my parents watched a lot.
Okay. Robbie?
I saw this movie called Jungle Fever, and I don't know if this is gay. I think it's another, I'm not sure. It's when it can be a black girl, a black boy, have a baby or girlfriend, boyfriend with a white boy or white girl.
So when people of two different races get involved?
Yeah.
Is that the same thing as being gay?
No, I don't think so.
No.
What does it mean? Maybe we should have started with this. What does it mean?
Gay?
If someone says that they're gay, or they say, someone else is gay, or someone is homosexual, what does that mean? Yuki, what does that mean?
It's like that they're in love with a boy, if that a boy is in love with a boy or a girl's in love with a girl, or else they could be just teasing or something.
Okay.
People laugh when they think of people being gay.
You see people laughing where?
I don't know, maybe anywhere, like when they hear something like someone's, like when they hear about gay.
I mostly get it from my parents and my aunts and uncles because they're always talking about it, saying it's wrong and you shouldn't do it but I think it's just the way a person is. You can't really change it.
Okay. Victoria?
Well, I got them from talk shows.
Today on Ricky Lake, should parents ban gays?
Can you be gay one day, straight the next day?
It is a shock when your child says to you, I'm gay.
God hates fags.
God hates who?
Fags.
Kevin, you would actually disown your child if they were gay?
The Bible that I read, the Bible says homosexuals should be put to death.
I just flipped through the channel and I hear them talking about it, and that's how I...
Okay.
I got most of it from Eddie Murphy movies, how he acts and stuff. That's why I said movie.
Yes. I'm looking for Victor Maitland. Tell him that Ramon went to the clinic today and I found out that I have herpes simplex 10.
10! You're alive! Yeah! I fell out of my shoe when I hit the floor. Fag.
Yeah, he was afraid you might be a homo. We already know you are.
I think your real daddy's probably some homo in California.
I bet your mom did it with a fag, and then you were born.
That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God! Einhorn is a man!
In this movie called Vince Ventura, I'm not sure what it's called, but I know it's
Ventura.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, Ace Ventura. This guy, he kissed the football player. He didn't know that he was a man, so
Yeah,
So it's not considered. Why do they consider people that do that gay?
Why is that word used, or why is the word gay used to mean homosexuals?
I think because gay, one word meaning for gay is happy, and you know how if you have someone you like and they like you, you're usually happy. So I think that might be the reason. So I heard this on the news once because I think a gay person, it was a boy, man walked into a bar and there was really strict people that really strict on gay people, and he got beat up.
And do you think that was an okay thing to do or not?
No.
How did they find out?
Because that's how their life is. They're gay, so what? That's how the life is. I don't think people should be strict about them, because if they were gay, they wouldn't want to be getting beat up or stuff.
Okay.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, go. It became even clearer to me from the whole sort of thing that was going on with the discussion today, that kids hear this information all the time, and what they're getting mostly is a lot of misinformation and a lot of stereotypes that are just being reinforced over and over and over again. And I think there's this sort of fear that when you're talking about gays and lesbians, you're talking about sex, and I don't think that's true. I mean, I think you're talking about a community, and you're talking about people relating to each other, and not specifically about sex. I don't think talking about gay and lesbian sex is appropriate with elementary school kids, and I don't think they'd really have any interest in hearing about it from their teacher. I think it would make them uncomfortable. But talking about people in different communities and biases and discrimination and how that affects people's lives, I think is appropriate.
We are at the Peabody School hosting a photo text exhibit entitled Love Makes a Family, Living in Lesbian and Gay Families. Lovely, lovely photos. And I believe that the Peabody School community is a very open and embracing and nurturing community. So I said, sure, we will have the exhibit. And it was an eye-opening experience for me. And one particular parent was particularly disturbed about the process. And then there were several parents who were disturbed about the topic. At one of the preliminary meetings that I had, a lesbian mom said, "You may lose your job over this. Do you want to go forward?" And I guess it's something I felt strongly about. And I'm not a flag bearer. But I felt strongly that the children in this community needed to be educated around this topic. Well, my 5th grade today came down to view the exhibit, and I think it was really an eye-opening experience for my 5th grade teacher that so many of the children have never discussed this at all. Those parents that were really in opposition, I have invited them to come during the day, to spend any portion of the day to see what happens.
Rob and I have been together for 14 years. We really wanted kids, so we adopted Daniel, then Jessica, and finally Christopher.
I was curious as to why the exhibit was going to be here at our school. I thought maybe City Hall was a better place to have it. I mean, it seemed to be quite a tempest that was brewing. You know, one more thing that we didn't need. But just the way that it worked out, the way the kids responded here today, I think they responded very well to it.
I think that the exhibit that we saw should be shown to younger kids too, so they grow up knowing that lesbians and gays aren't bad.
I've taught here for 22 years, and I haven't really specifically done a lesson around gay and lesbians before. It did make me feel that they are ready for a lot more than I had given them credit for.
We're going to start today by hearing some guest speakers from an organization called CUOB. So I'd like to introduce